Hey everybody, this is Thomas Katakis, and I'm in my own living room. Actually, it's the bedroom that I used to have as a child. Anyway, I wanted to introduce you to a series that has to do with e-commerce. Um, First lesson is about business to business ventures, meaning that I'm having a lot of calls about people who are struggling uh, pitching and finding leads about their business to businesses, about their products, about their services. And well, there's a couple of things that I think you can uh, should be spoken right off the bat. So, first of all, since we're talking about business to business, we need you need to have a very strong profile on LinkedIn. This is a by saying so, it's easier said than done, meaning that you have to update your profile. You have to put pretty much everything that you have done, like from work experience to education to seminars that you have done. And a great tip would be also to include other stuff such as I don't know, being being a volunteer to an NGO, or having some hobbies about something, about biking or sailing like myself. So you need to have everything included, and you need also to have a great tagline. Um, I've researched it and I came up with what I'm having right now because I think this is what I do pretty much. And although it doesn't say everything about me, I think it kind of, you know, includes in a nugget what I'm doing. So I have chosen to be in sales and marketing evangelist, and helping, because this is what I aim for, helping e-commerce ventures to achieve exponential growth. This is another thing. I think two phrases for um, for um, for the headline is as much as it should be. The first thing should be a bit generic in order to you know to tackle down the niche that you're working on, we're working in. And the second thing is about your aim, about what you actually want to do with the people that are approaching you. So for me, it's about bringing growth to e-commerce. So it's not only sales and marketing in general; it's about e-commerce. So first step in order to find these business-to-business leads is to pretty much cover everything on your profile on LinkedIn. This is crucial. And of course, you need to have a very professional photo as well. And you may include some of your interests. Um, Basically, you could actually get in contact with companies that are on the same niche with you. So, for example, in my case, I should be connected with huge e-commerce sites or huge software as a services that have to do with e-commerce. So you get the picture of it. And why is this for? Um, for business to business owner, your LinkedIn page is pretty much like your website. It's actually more important than your website because people are not buying only solutions like services or products, they're also buying the individual behind it. So I guess you don't have extreme budgets, you don't have, $1 million to spend, or else you wouldn't be, looking for all these leads. I think by paying so, you get these leads, They may not be very qualitative, but you can have huge quantity with paid ads on Google, on Facebook, even LinkedIn, even though it's more expensive. So, in order to get these organic qualified leads, I would suggest LinkedIn. I would suggest as a first step to actually go out there and try to update as good as possible your LinkedIn profile. This is the step number one. The step number two would be for you to outreach. To outreach meaning, let's put together a list of potential customers. So in my case, since I'm working on a software as a service for e-commerce owners, for merchants, top of mind would be to find either e-commerce managers or digital marketing managers for e-commerce, or what else? Or e-commerce owners. So these three different things you can actually search. You can actually search them out at the search topic of LinkedIn. Find them out. Sort them pretty much by geography, because I'm from Greece, so it goes without saying that it would be far more easy to actually sell to e-shop owners that are currently in Greece. It's not necessary. It's not necessarily so, but it actually works out like that. So you need to first start with geography. So if you are actually living in the United States, you should start with that, and your specific state or your specific, West Coast, East Coast, you know what I'm talking about, and start adding them up. Create. You should create a small text, like 2 or 3 phrases long, in order to invite people. You need to change their first name, or if I was in your case, I'm using the first name myself, but it actually goes better if you would direct them with their surname, because it creates more, political correctness, if you will. So the second thing after creating a very strong profile on LinkedIn would be to outreach to your niche and start adding, the specialities and the geographies that you are actually aiming for. So let's say that you reach out to 1,000 people. Of course, that won't happen in a day. There are some gadgets actually that can help you actually create this kind of outreach more automatically, but they're not permitted by LinkedIn, so I won't actually mention them. But let's say that you're doing it manually. What else do you need to do? What you need to do is 2 things. First of all, let's say from the 1,000, potential leads that you reach out, 400 of them or 500 of them or more answer back and they accept your invitation. That's a great start, isn't it? So you can actually reach out, send them a great message that it shouldn't be sales focused message. It should be something like, hey, my name is Thomas Katakis. I see that we have a common passion about e-commerce, so I think we should connect. Something like that. So something rather generic. It shouldn't be about your product. It shouldn't be a sales pitch. Okay, it should be something generic. It should be about what connects you with one another. So most of the times, people tend to respond positively on this kind of messages, on this kind of text, invitation text. So I would urge you actually to use something like that. So let's say that you have a conversion on connections about 50% or more. So what else you should do? First of all, you need to create, you need to engage further. If this guy is actually is connected with you, you should go on, search his profile, and find something that you could actually talk about. Um, the easiest part is to talk about, their work. So questions such as, hey, Thomas, thank you for connecting with me. I see that you're working on an e-commerce venture. So, what are your current projects? What are you working on? Something very open, you know, a bit specific, but quite open, actually, for him to continue the conversation. So, if this goes on and you have a second and a third message going on, if you elaborately build this conversation, you are able to ask him what? To tell him about yourself. To ask him about a 5 or 10 minutes phone call, a phone call meeting, just to tell him about what you do. And what I find out is that like more than 50% of the people that are reaching this stage, having already established a conversation on LinkedIn, are very eager actually to continue this conversation over the phone. And after that, after actually booking a meeting, a phone call meeting like that, the next step is actually to go on and request a formal meeting, a face-to-face meeting. So pretty much what you have done is to get an absolutely stranger to talk to you through LinkedIn. He's able actually to access your profile, and this is why it's so important for you to have your profile updated. And then you are converting him down the funnel by discussing with him through LinkedIn, by discussing with him by creating a phone call meeting of 5 minutes, not more, and by asking him at the end of this meeting if you could actually have a formal meeting face to face. And then you have a warm lead. Okay, so this is pretty much my process. Another thing that will help you a great deal is to actually post regularly things about your niche. So for me, it's about e-commerce. Most of the times, I'm trying to actually write articles or write articles about e-commerce and leadership because I like the topic. But anyway, be active and create content and posts about your niche. So A, update your profile. B, outreach to the niche that you're interested in. 3, create content, ideally at, um, at, at the niche that you're interested in. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.